If you want to see ideas about shading, take any objects on a table near a light source. Sit and study it for several minutes to see the light changing the tone of the object. Look at the tone variations. As an art student, you should notice these things. Analyze your understanding. Think of different light sources. What happened when there is no light? What happened when an object stands in front of the light? Will the shades be the same if we change the position of the light? Shading is a process of applying different levels of darkness to create the illusion of form and depth. Proper shading and blending technique, good understanding of light source will create your picture realistic. HB pencil is okay, but you need to apply a lot of pressure when it comes to shading dark shadow. That's why we need different numbers of drawing pencils. If you prefer to use only one pencil, then I will suggest you will use 2B or 4B because these numbers reach all values dark and light. Here I am going to show you one object study with shading. First of all, you will draw the objects in very light pressure. You can say it's a feather touch on the surface. There are many shading stroke pattern which I shown you in our previous video. Here I am using one shading stroke pattern, that is hatching. It is a series of line. This hatching should be in any one direction. Create a value scale according to light source to understand shading in roughly. In this image, the light source is coming from the top left. The area facing the light is the higher value and the area facing away from the light is the shadow side. Both light and dark shadow area is divided by terminator line. Now decide core shadow. We call the side facing away from the light, that is core shadow. A highlight is the lightest area and will appear in different places, is called highlighted area. It is a reflection light source. After deciding the tones, you can erase or lighten the marks and start shading. Reposition your hand on the pencil, hold in middle and stroke the lines which are closer together. You will shade in many layers. So always put lighter tone first and in very slow process. Hold your pencil very lightly and without any pressure. Cover the whole object with lighter tone. Again, one small layer you need to apply. So, better start from the top and do it very slowly, but your pressure should be same. Now, student, what you have noticed, the area facing away from the light is shadow side, and I am putting their shades more that shadow side area. Here is core light area, the area where the light source come directly, but it is darker than the highlight. Use a balanced amount of pressure. Remember that for shading, first learn to control the pressure of your pencil. Practice that by drawing smooth, gradual value scales. Then apply the gradual shading to simple object. Use real life object and observe how light interacts with them. Mid-tone. Mid-tone are the darkest value tone shadow. These areas are not facing the light directly. It is going darker and darker as they approach the shadow side. Before you blend or smudge, make sure that your shading is equally distributed and there are not too many black dots. Using multiple shading layers make the work easy. There is less effort required to achieve a lighter or darker shades. Here I'm trying to differentiate the values of shade due to lighting on the object. Shading require a lot of patience. We should maintain balanced pressure for each individual stroke. In this hatching shading technique, the lines that go in one general directions, you can increase the value by applying more layers and pressure, even little pressure also, using a softer grade of pencil. To get a smooth shade, you will want thick stroke which are close together. Move your hand high up on the pencil and away from the tip. The more you angle the side of your leads towards the paper, the thicker your strokes will be. The thicker, the better. These strokes can be easily blended. Just continue with your drawings. Shadow lining is a great way to plan out your shading without having your full outline on the object. Make sure that your strokes are tight, the shading is even, and there are not too many white and black dots. Blending smooths out your shading. Even when shading the darkest value, your pencil grip and pressure should be loose. Shading values also depends on distance of light. In direct sunlight, the edges will appear hard, while in diffuse light, such as cloudy day, edges will be soft. Now you can remove all the extra lines and shades which is not required with the help of eraser.